What's up, YouTube? And welcome to episode 4 of Snap Crackle Pod, the only show with your daily dose of Ryan and Trevor. So yeah, welcome. We kind of missed a week a little bit, but we're back, and just like we never left, let's get started. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're back in style. We're rocking episode 4. They can't cancel us.
No, they can't. No, Fox can't. And your new background.
Right.
Show the people. It's beautiful. Love it.
That's my new background. I feel like we need to switch up the vibes. I couldn't just stay on planet Earth all the time. I had to switch it up and go into a vortex.
I like it. I appreciate it. So what's popping with you? What happened your week in Snap? Your week and a half in Snap?
Well, this was another down week for me. I still played a good amount, not as much as the last time we had talked. I was obviously playing a lot of Grand Arena. I said I was going to play the Carnage deck, but I did not. I love Herbie too much. Although I did notice that they changed the helpful assistant around a little bit, making me rethink how I do things, because I was typically playing that as the 3 energy in a later turn, maybe like turn 4 or 5, and pairing it with another card. But now with it being a 4 cost, it made it a little bit more difficult. So it made me rethink how I was going about things, and it's making me think I should switch decks. So
yeah, well, you don't have a lot of time left, so you got to make sure that you, if you're going to, get those games in right away. But we'll touch a little more in Grand Arena as we get along. Have you played any since the season reset in regular ladder?
I think I played 2 or 3 matches. I will say I did get Death now because it was my free card for what season 3 or whatever it was. I don't know how that works, but it was in the shop and it said I had a week to claim it. So I was like, you better bet your biscuits I'm getting that card. So I grabbed that real quick and I added it to my murder deck. I think last week I said that I achieved 2,000 collection level.
Yeah.
I think I surpassed that by quite a bit. I'm up at 2150 now. Kind of just been playing 500 ball with my matches, winning one, losing one, going back and forth. But that's how the game goes. And that's pretty much what's been popping with my week. Wait, that's snapping. What's popping with yours?
Pretty much I played some Grand Arena. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on, but essentially I got my rewards and then I haven't played it since, so it's making me wonder if just like the allure of getting to a certain number was more important to me than the actual gameplay. I do enjoy it a lot still, but pretty much back on regular ladder, just climbing our way back up to try to get to Infinite now. Still in the 70s, haven't played all that much, but yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. I'm a little overwhelmed with the number of new cards that came out already this season, trying to figure out what direction I want to go. Right now I'm just going into all my old favorites, so that's what's popping. Not a lot, honestly.
You think you're overwhelmed? I'm a newbie. I don't even know what a third of the cards are, and you add new cards on a daily, or I should say a weekly basis, and it's a lot.
Hey, I gotta ask, since you mentioned finally getting Death, you don't have Null yet, correct?
Refer to episode 3 when I said that I got Null.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna say Null is actually a Conquest variant in the Conquest shop this week. So, just worth keeping in mind.
I'll have to take a look at that. I don't know if I saw that.
I mean, honestly, I was just saying it if you didn't have Null yet. Now, when you get a variant, you get the base card. So, but since you have it, doesn't really matter. So, forget I said it. But
do people typically, not technically, do people typically pair Null and Death together in the same deck, or is that overkill?
No,
unintended.
No, they're pretty much auto runs staples in the destroy deck, so you're sitting pretty right now. Just need X23, I think, and you're at like a meta level destroy deck.
I need to tell you something. We'll include this in the what's popping section because it's somewhat relevant. We went to the movie theater yesterday, and we did not see Fantastic Four first time. We saw Naked Gun, which was very irreverent. It was produced by Seth MacFarlane,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I wasted an hour and a half of my life. So I think we made the wrong decision.
I think so too. And I haven't seen that, but I enjoyed Fantastic Four so much. So you got to go back, get in
I know
there.
I got I got plenty of time.
I was going to ask you about that later, but I'm glad you got it out of the way. That's good to know. A little disappointed, but you'll get there.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You got to buoy the MCU. We got to get the numbers up. There was a big drop off from week 1 to week 2 with the movie, so that's all right.
That's true. I mean, I could get the tin popcorn tin or whatever you want to call it. It was like 18,
Mm,
19 bucks. I saw it at the counter. I was like, how much is this? Expecting it to be 40 bucks because that's how AMC runs the show.
yeah.
Pun intended again. But anyway, they said 18. I'm like, that's fair. And then the guy at the counter was like, there's 6 action figures, I
Mm.
guess, that you can get. I don't know if it's included with the tin. But I had to ask if my boy Herbie was in it, and he said no. So I said, it's not for me.
Oh, Herbie, best part of the movie. You're going to enjoy Herbie.
I'm
Awesome.
so excited.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that next week or whenever you get to finally go see it. But let's move on to topic 2, upcoming cards. But first, let's since we kind of missed it a little bit, let's talk about Invisible Woman Fantastic Four First Steps. Vanessa Kirby, who plays her in the movie, as people are calling her. Have you run across this card at all on ladder?
I wouldn't know because I can't see it.
Well, if you can't remember, Invisible Woman, Fantastic Four First Steps. This card is activate this turn. Your end of turn abilities happen twice. So there's a whole deck that's running rampant in the meta right now where it's just a bunch of end of turn effects and then Invisible Woman and usually a copy of her either through Prodigy or a Moon Girl or Frigga copy. And that makes the effects go off 4 times actually. It doubles twice. So you're getting Sunspot triggering 4 times at the end of the game. You're getting Havoc and Thena and all these cards just going nuts. I just not run into that at all.
I have not run into that a single time. But I do like the connection with the fours. You made another connection. There
Yep.
we go in episode 4, Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and activating 4 times. Look at
Yes.
that.
It's a menace. They're definitely gonna do something about this deck if it continues along this path. But for now, it is what it is. I think if you haven't seen it, we can move on. Probably haven't seen this card either, I would imagine. Although it is the season pass card. This is Galactus, and this is the Heralds of Galactus season that's just starting in Marvel Snap. So headlined by maybe the weakest card of the set, actually, depending on who you ask. This Galactus Fantastic Four First Steps is essentially just a giant 6-drop. It's going to grow each turn that its Herald is winning a location for you, and its Herald is whatever card you play when Galactus is in your hand, or in play, but usually in your hand. So at the end of the game, this could end up being like a 6/24. But any thoughts on this card?
Um, I didn't understand the Herald part. Can you retouch on that?
Yeah, so essentially, let's say that you start the game and this Galactus card is in your hand. That means that it's already watching. And then as soon as you play a character, any card that's not a skill, for instance, that card is going to be the Herald of Galactus. And whenever at the end of a turn, whenever you're winning a location where that Herald is, he gets +2. Galactus does in your hand. So it's a 6/12 that just keeps growing every time that its Herald is winning a location at the end of the turn. So if you have this in hand at the beginning of the game, that means you're going to get, +2 6 times for each turn of the game. So it could be like 6/24 at the most, but more likely somewhere in the 6/18 range, 6/20.
I feel like this is the type of card that I don't like to play. It's not my game. I could definitely see it being used. I personally think there's not enough good 6-drops out there, but they could be because I don't have access to all the cards. The cards that I currently have that are 6-drops, I don't know, I'm not crazy about the majority of them. So I feel like compared to the 6-drops that I do have, I feel like this does have some merit to it. It's just I don't like to play a lot of six drops myself, and I know they're very important, obviously, in turn six, and if you can get them earlier, great. But it's just not a card that I would see myself playing too much. What about you?
Yeah, it's a playstyle I'm not really super into either. In addition to just kind of being a big dopey stat stick, you have to have priority. Like, essentially, you have to be winning locations. You got to be playing a lot of power, and I like playing from behind a lot of the times. I like responding to the threats more so than being proactive, but every now and then when I want to play like a ramp deck, I could see myself trying this out. I have not yet played with it. I've played against it a couple times. Haven't found it to be incredible. I think it's just like, it's a big six, but there's also a lot of big sixes in the game. So, you know, that's where I land with it.
Okay. And then
Oh,
I believe we have another one, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, so another card released yesterday into Series 5, so I figured that's probably the next one that we should really talk about. It is Stardust. This card is it's a tech card for something that has not been kind of nullified in the game to this point. It's a 4/7. Ongoing, cards can't be added to locations except by playing or moving them. So essentially, this shuts down a lot of random cards like Jubilee. You play Jubilee, it can't pull the card in because you're not playing that card. Stuff like when you Arnim Zola something, you're going to destroy it and it's going to try to make two copies. It can't. Hella, if you're trying to bring back cards you discarded, it will not bring them back. So this card essentially tries to make a fair game of Marvel Snap, I guess, but I haven't actually run across this on ladder yet. It feels like, by the way, it kind of really hurts a destroy deck because,
Yeah.
it's going to stop Bucky, from bringing back the Winter Soldier. It's going to stop X-23 from regenerating, Wolverine from regenerating. So, yeah. What are your thoughts?
That was my very first thought when I was reading the description of the card. I was like, well, there goes the destroyed deck.
Yeah.
So it's great for balancing it. Again, as Shang-Chi would say, the game needs to have some sort of balance, and this is, like you said, a balancing card. So even though it's a balancing card, I don't think a lot of people would look to use this in their decks, and I think that's why you probably haven't come across it, and why I haven't come across it either, is because it has a very specific niche in the game, and that niche isn't something that I think people are going to be clamoring to use anytime soon. But maybe if they expand this card a little bit or make it a little bit more enticing to play, maybe we do see it a little bit more. I'm not sure as far as I forget the word for it, but like what the meta is destroy very popular up your way? Because I feel like destroy down my way is extremely popular. I'd say over half the players that I play against play a destroy deck, so I could see this card being great to use at my collection level, or at least where I'm at, because it would obviously nullify that.
Yeah, I Destroy's not huge in the higher meta right now. It's more of a budget deck, but this card, like you said, it's pretty niche. I mean, there are a lot of random cases that it just shuts off, but also when do you there are times when this is just a 4/7, which is decent stats, but it just feels hard to run unless you're running just a giant pile of tech cards, and you just feel like you can get away with it because you're shutting down other things in other ways. I don't know. I'm not sure where I land on this card yet.
I feel like we need to give some letter grades out. What do you think?
Yeah, so for Galactus, right now it gets so big. It's not my playstyle, but I'm gonna land at a B, maybe like a B minus for Galactus.
So it's funny because that's exactly where I had it as well in my head. Obviously, it's first impressions. I haven't used it. It's never been played against me, but I'd say B minus again because it's not my play style. But I could see it being used with that 624 potential. So I put it at a B minus. It's got good power, cost, efficiency. So yeah, B minus. I'm gonna back you up on that one. How
Okay.
about Stardust?
Stardust, I'm right at a C about now. It's just I don't see it being played at a high enough level to be higher than that right now. But we'll see. If a deck comes out that is super shut down by Stardust, I could see it going up from there.
I So when I think of the letter grades, obviously C's like right in the middle. C kind of like a meh. I'd probably put it at a C minus because this is not a very exciting card. Like this doesn't do much for me when I look at it. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. It's just it's a necessity to have in the deck. Sorry, in the game. So for that matter, I would put it at a meh. But then for my own purpose, I'm probably not using it because it doesn't excite me to play. I want cards that excite me to play. I don't know. That's just me though. So I'm gonna put it at a C minus. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, no, you're good. You're good. I agree with you. This is a card also that when you play it, sometimes you don't even see the result of what it does because they're just not going to play cards that it shuts down, you know? So, yeah, it makes it even less desirable for me personally. But, yeah, I think that's pretty good on the current cards. The only other thing I'll say is I'll just run through the other Series 4 cards. We don't have to talk a lot about them. The one is a Series 4 card Red Shift. This is a 2/3. On reveal, you discard the leftmost card in your hand to add a random card with the same cost to your hand. The only place I really hear this being talked about is in like an Agatha deck, if you've ever come across those. Agatha's always going to be on the far left of your hand. It's a 6/14, and you know, so you're automatically getting rid of it and its negative effect. Otherwise, this is just kind of it's a targeted discard card with kind of limited application. Yeah.
Right. I feel like whenever I see leftmost, rightmost, I don't know. It's just chance at that point, and that's not how I like to play. I like something solidified, I guess.
Yeah, well, with the Agatha always starts in your hand on the left, so this will always discard Agatha.
I'll shut up.
It's a special card that plays your deck for you, like Ego, but only on either even or odd cost of turns. I don't remember. So that's basically why it's the only place that this is going to be played with any consistency right now in the current card pool, I think. But that's Redshift.
Okay. Well, what we got next?
And then we got Terrax the Tamer. This is a 3/3 on reveal. For each location, shuffle a rock into the losing player's deck.
Nope.
So it's like Subterranea, but one-sided potentially. If you're winning all 3 locations, you're going to put 3 rocks into your opponent's deck. So
I absolutely need this card because I hate rocks so much. They ruin my gameplay so much. And this would be the perfect card for me to just screw with somebody, because that's my favorite thing to do in these games. I love emoting. I love playing cards that mess with people's heads. You know, it's a 3/3, so nothing crazy, but still, I want to shuffle rocks into people's decks. Oh, you know what? Charlie Brown, when he was going around trying to get some candy on Halloween, he got rocks, and you know, he wasn't too happy about it, and I don't think other people would be either.
Fair enough. I like it. I like Terrax. I think he actually has a lot of potential to be really hated. A lot of people think this is one of the weakest cards of the season, but I think it can be scary, especially with Darkhawk, just making their deck big. Obviously, you need to make sure you're winning those locations, and if you aren't, it's putting it into your own deck, but you're not playing Terrax unless you're pretty sure you're going to have those locations.
What is he taming, though?
He's taming rocks, I guess. He's like a rock tamer.
Rocks don't need to be tamed. They already are tamed by nature.
I've seen some wild rocks. I don't know.
Those are called boulders. Why? No, I guess really. Okay, never mind. Just go to the next one.
Well, that's pretty much it. The only other card that I was going to go over was the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four First Steps, but that's like the super premium season pass card, and not a lot of people have it. I also find it to be pretty mid, so we're not going to talk about that. That is this week's cards. There's a lot of them. It'll be a little less crazy next week. But let's move on to talk about the Grand Arena, the mode that took the community by storm. It is almost gone. Final thoughts on the mode before it goes away.
Final thoughts. I think it's a great LTM. I think it could be a standardized mode, but I really do think it should stay an LTM. And I actually do like the shop, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I don't play as much as other people, but I think they should rework the shop in some sort of way where it's easier to get things in the shop. Because I feel like every time an LTM comes around, I'm grabbing one, maybe two things from the shop. And honestly, this shop was kind of, I don't want to say below mid, but it was pretty mid. There wasn't anything crazy in the shop that was really jumping out to me. So I feel like that's where I wasn't super motivated to play as much as I thought I was going to, because I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to play this new game mode. But I feel like I have to have some sort of incentive. So I know you talked about previously making this a standard game mode with no shop, but to me, having a shop is very motivating because I'm working towards something new,
Yeah.
which I know you could probably still work that in anyway. But really, the only thing I really wanted from the shop was Mole Man, and then outside of that, I would just do a premium variant because that's just what I really like to do. But
Yeah.
that overall, the gameplay, the champions, it's so much fun. I love playing the Herbie deck. I can't even lie and say I've played multiple decks because I've only played one, but it's a great way for me to learn the game as a newer player. And I really do think it's an LTM they should bring back consistently. What are your thoughts overall?
I'm pretty much right there with you. I think that they need to find a way to keep bringing this back, maybe with different champions. There's a lot of potential with the mode. I think the shop, I mean, this is just the way they're going with their shops, it seems like now. They're intentionally kind of making them big so that you can't get everything and you're just trying to kind of work towards a couple things. They obviously want you to get the premium, ticket or whatever to get more things in the shop. So they're just trying to make sure that they monetize their game. I get it. They're going up against some behemoths and, Pokemon, and that's just making $20 million a month or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wish that they would find a way to make it a little more friendly. Just add some lower end stuff that you can at least make sure. Because right now, I got Mole Man, and I got the Human Torch variant. I don't know if you saw that in there. It's really
I did.
a sick variant, honestly.
I did. It is really cool.
So I got that, and then I got a PMV, and that's pretty much it. Premium Mystery variant. I stayed away from Mad Thinker because I think it's pretty terrible. I'll get it with tokens next month just to stay collection complete, but I wasn't gonna play any Mad Thinker decks. So Mole Man, I'm probably not gonna play much either, but I thought he was cool. So, and you got a free variant with Mole Man, which was nice. So,
Oh, I might have to look into that then. But to go back to a previous point though, comparing this game to Pocket TCG Pokemon is you can't even do it because Pokemon has such a large fan base, and I feel like even though there's a lot of people that'll sit down and watch the Marvel movies, there's really not I wouldn't say there's a huge fan base for Snap, at least not in my opinion from what I've seen. If I go on, I don't know, if I go up to anybody on the streets relatively our age and I say, hey, what games do you have on your phone? 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have Marvel Snap, probably even more than that. But Pocket TCG, I know a lot of people my age that play that. But the thing is, the quality of the app and the quality of any gameplay battling, it doesn't even compare to Marvel Snap. I mean, being able to play like bag of cards for your hand and the animations and being able to add borders and leveling up cards and just having so many focused missions, I mean, you really can't beat that. I mean, I play Clash Royale and I try to compare the two games and I'm like, man, there's nothing going on with this Clash Royale game. I enjoy the gameplay, but
yeah.
they're not constantly updating cards. They're not adding new cards in it. They might add like 2 cards a year.
Yeah.
Marvel Snap is adding 2 cards a week, it feels like. So it's not even close to comparable. And Marvel Snap definitely has the much better gameplay by miles. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, give kudos to Pokemon, obviously, but they reach such a larger demographic and they have such a bigger fan base over so many years. So that's where they get so many people on this Pocket TCG app, even though it could be so much better. I say the same thing about Pokemon Go all the time. Pokemon Go could have probably been the best mobile phone game that our generation has seen, or at least my generation. But they released everything too slow. There was so many things that they should have done. There's so many things they didn't. I can't even talk about that. We're here to talk about Snap, not Pokemon Go. But my point of all of this is Snap is 10 times better of a game as
Yeah.
a whole compared to any of the other card games that I've played. And I'm sure there's a lot out there, but the big ones, Snap has the best gameplay by far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I agree. I make content for the game. I'm with you. It's just that it's from a money standpoint. I mean, Pokemon's eating its lunch, and like you said, there's outside factors for that. I don't know how much Second Dinner needs to make for it to be a profitable game. I just hope that they continue to do so. I mean, they're never going to catch Pokemon. Hopefully, it's at least enough to be competitive in the space. So, all that being said, let's move on to our top 5 for the week. This week, this is one that we've been talking about doing for a couple weeks, and we're finally getting to it. This is top 5 favorite locations. Get a little positivity going for the game. I'm going to start off with, I think this is probably a lot of people's in their least favorite locations, but Bar with No Name, I just find so much fun. I've told you a couple times about the Bar with No Name Legion interaction. That's my favorite thing to do in the game when it comes up. I don't play Legion enough, I need to do that. But whoever has the least power winning, it's just fun. It's fun to play mind games with people. I like to put stuff in there right away so they just think I'm turning it off, and then they overcommit, and then I just leave it alone. You know, I just find it fun.
It is very fun, and the name is very epic and it's very suiting. I actually do like this location. I like the deceptiveness of it. Just being able to play the least amount of power and win a location. It's fun because obviously 99 times out of 100 you're trying to have the most power, and it's nice to have a little bit of a reprieve from that. And I think this is a very fun location. This is a good pick, Ryan. I gotta hand it to you.
Thanks. What you got?
What I got, I'm gonna have to go with another bar. We're going with Bar Sinister. This is when you play a card here to fill the location with copies of it. I find this one to be just very fun overall because you have so many possibilities, and throughout the game, I don't know about you when it comes to this location, I typically won't play it until turn 5 or 6, typically 6. Just so, because I mean, if I go to play Ant-Man, for example, and I play that in turn 1, it's going to be very obvious how they're going to beat that. But I just like this location because how often are you going to get 4 copies of the same card in one location? Not very often, unless it's this location. So that's why I made my top 5. It's a fun one.
Yeah, it makes for some really fun interactions. My only problem with this location is goblins. I hate playing a clog deck and they turn 3, because then I like to wait too, but then turn 3 they're throwing green goblin there and then I've lost that location. But I do enjoy it. I love throwing an Iron Man in here and then having a Mr. Fantastic shoot into there. You get the 3 doubled 4 times, which is really fun.
Okay, side comment. Mr. Negative, is he on reveal, ongoing? What is he?
On reveal.
On reveal. So if somebody green goblin Bar Sinister and they all come over to my side, would that flip it?
You mean a Nihilus sending stuff over, or?
I don't know. Let's move on. Go to your next one.
All right, I will just say Mr. Negative changes the cards in your deck, so it wouldn't do anything to cards on the board.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I gotcha. All right, my next location this is kind of a newer one, Eternal's Arc. After turn 5, you flood the other locations. I like this card because it's like, do you immediately focus on both locations that are going to flood? Do you just pack some location disruption in your deck and change this with like magic? There's just a lot of head games with this card. Do you just focus on one of the flooded locations and then try to win the arc on turn 6? I don't know. I find it like it's like a little clock on the game, and I enjoy it.
Nope, no flooding for this guy. I will choose to drown before I get on Eternal's Arc.
Fair enough.
No, thank you.
Fair enough.
Hey, I understand why you like it. It's just not for me.
That's fine. What's your next card?
My next card is Sinister London.
Classic.
And the reason why I love this card is very, very obvious. Being able to play a card at one location and having it appear at another is just so clutch. Obviously, your opponent gets the same luxury as with any location, but you can really make a difference here. I can't think of any specific cards off the top of my head, but there's so many cards that I mean, you could pretty much play any card here with an ability, and it's gonna change the dynamic of the game entirely. I The first card that comes to my mind is White Tiger. White Tiger could be really good here, but the only thing is you're filling up your locations pretty fast, so that's where I guess it could have some drawback. But anyways, I love this location. I always have. It's probably been one of my favorites from the very beginning, and I love when it comes up. So
Yeah, this is an all-timer location. I'm with you. One of my favorite tricks with this is merge cards actually will. So if you play like a Hulkbuster, for example, on like a giant Deadpool, it will wait and copy the giant Hulkbuster Deadpool into the other location. So some fun stuff you can do. Yeah, it's good stuff.
that's an interesting take.
Indeed. My next location is. Sometimes I hate this one, but Mojo World lately I've been enjoying. Just because I'm packing so much disruption that I will almost always win Mojo World because I'm gonna kill whatever they put in there. I'm gonna Shong away something, or I'm gonna, Killmonger and take away one of their 1-drops in there. And it's just been. Also, this is really fun with like a Living Tribunal, Iron Man type of deck, just to get the extra plus 100 to spread around with your Living Tribunal.
You had me on bar with no name, but the next two, Ryan, I can't get behind this one either, man.
That's okay.
And the only reason is because like everybody at my level, they'll just fill it the same way that I fill it, and so no matter what, you're gonna get the plus 100. So it might as well not even be there. But if you're playing Disruption, I could see it being a card where you would have an advantage. The only thing is, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to disrupt, or at least I think I know how to disrupt, but I don't actually do it the traditional way. But yeah, to me, it's just like one of those meh locations. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're on, but
I'm on something.
I know you got your ideas and disruption. So whatever. I'm gonna move on. Instead of Noah's Ark, I'm going on to the Rack. And obviously, first to fill a location breaks out a 6-cost card. It costs 0, and I love this because a lot of the decks that I play, I'm usually filling up two of my locations no matter what, and I have a lot of low cost cards in a lot of my decks. It's how I like to play the majority of my card games. In Clash Royale, for example, I play decks where my elixir count is very, very low, and I love to flood. Again, no pun intended. What the heck is going on with these puns tonight? But I'll stay on my raft and break out a 6-cost card for 0. I find it to be a lot of fun, and it's random, and I think that's why I like it so much. Are you on the raft, or are you on Eternal's Arc? Well, it was in your top 5, so it's pretty obvious, but go ahead.
No, I love the raft too. I think it's a favorite of a lot of people. The fact that it's a random 6-cost, and then sometimes having a 0-cost 6 means that you can do a lot of fun things you wouldn't normally be able to, since you're only playing a 6 typically. Now you can stack that with other things, do some crazy combos, can make for some really fun highlight clips. So I like the raft. I'm with you. I'm going to move on to the Space Throne. This is one that I like for 2 reasons. The only time I really hate this location is if you put something in your unrevealed on the far right and then it ends up being the Space Throne, and now it's like, oh well, I just lost that location. However, the best thing that I do with this location is I have a Nimrod Destroyer deck, and I like putting something in the Space Throne so they think that they've won it. I put something small in there, and then at the end of the game I have a Nimrod elsewhere. I Destroyer it, takes away what's in the Space Throne and then puts a copy of my Nimrod that's usually huge in there, so kind of like wins it from behind underneath them. And the other thing is putting a Goblin in here and then playing Galactus on it just kind of guarantees a win, and that's fun. So for an evil player like me.
Who are you calling Nimrod?
Nobody.
Yeah, are you calling me a nobody? I do like this location actually. So I'm back on
board. Okay.
I'm back on board the raft and not Eternal's Arc.
Nice.
But anyway, I do like this card, just being able to put one card down, and that's all you can put. It's fun. I feel like that's a fun location.
Yeah.
Getting into my fourth, you're going to find the trend here. I like making copies. I should work at Staples. After you play a card here, add a copy to your hand. I mean, this is pretty much just a glorified Sinister London, except you actually have to play the card. It's not just free, you're not giving it out. So you got to work for it a little bit, which is kind of nice. But again, I just like making copies of cards because typically I'm focusing on cards that I want to be copied, as your opponent will do. And I use that to my advantage. So that's why the cloning vats, and also Rick and Morty, the what's it called? The acid vat episode is my favorite Rick and Morty episode of all time. If you haven't seen it, it is an absolute gem. It'll have you dying. Highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I love that episode. I haven't seen that in a while. I gotta go back and do that. Cloning vats though, it's good.
It's good.
And my final one, since I've been doing a lot of locations that are like evil or not fun, according to you, my last one is just one that everybody should love. It doesn't show up much. It's a rare location, but when it does, Fogwell's Gym. Both players get double boosters this game. I mean, it's just nice. And when I see somebody Scarlet Witch or magic away a Fogwell's Gym for no reason, just to make me angry, that's very sad. Who doesn't want double boosters just for fun? It's a fun location because it's one of the only ones in the game that doesn't actually affect the gameplay. And that's fun to have every now and then.
You're such a player's player. You know what's so funny? I almost put this as my last one because I was like, you know what? It is a good location. It brings positive vibes. And usually whenever I see this one, which I think I've seen it 3 times total in my whole entire gameplay, I always use the fist pound emote.
Yeah, oh yeah, you have to.
You have to. Or the Spider-Man point, but that one's less applicable in this situation.
Fun fact, if you Legion this and get 3 of them, you're going to get double boosters. And that's very fun as well.
Yeah, but who's doing that?
I do that.
But, okay, whatever. Anyway, so I kind of took your take, and I did a fun one. Taco truck. Man, who doesn't get excited about taco truck and getting chimichangas in your hand and attaching it to the card? Except I do think I'm a huge proponent. I think that your card, so long as it has a mouth, should eat the chimichanga. I don't know. That's just me. But wait, I also have some beef with this because why do I get a chimichanga if I'm at a taco truck?
I mean, taco trucks have chimichangas.
That's correct, but they're called what kind of truck?
Chimichanga truck is barely fitting on the location. You know what I mean? Like, you just
Bar
like
with
this.
no name is so long.
It's true. You just like this location because it's a Deadpool location.
I didn't know it was a Deadpool location.
It's on the truck. Deadpool's thing is eating chimichangas. That's like one of his big things.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice that. But like, if I go to a taco, nobody has a chimichanga truck. You ever see a chimichanga truck?
No, that's why it's called taco truck.
Exactly. So they're known for their tacos. They should be known for their tacos, not chimichangas. Also, actually, I don't think I've ever seen one truck ever have chimichangas, but they always have tacos and burritos and nachos.
Yeah.
So I don't get this. Anyways,
that's why you love it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why it's in my top 5.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, well, there you go. There's our top 5 for the week. Hey, if you have a suggestion for a top 5 you'd like to see, you can leave it in a comment down below. Speaking of which, let's take a look at last week's listener comment that we're highlighting. And it's from, it says Justin Kimberlake. Not sure who that is. Audience question of the week. Does the amount of time you listen to your husband's Snap podcasts and videos, plus time spent listening as he explains what he's playing, plus watching over his shoulder as he plays, count? If not, 0 minutes. Love, Secret Wife. No idea who this is, but they have good taste in men, and yeah. Thanks for watching and commenting. You can be featured next week if you answer this week's audience question, which is... What archetype do you think needs the most help with new cards? And those would be things like ongoing, destroy, discard, lockdown. And this is gonna be a different answer for you than me for sure, based on what we're seeing in the meta. But like, what archetype needs some love?
That's true. But here's the thing, Ryan. I was thinking we could switch this up a little bit. No, I'm cool with the question. The question's cool, but I think the way we should answer it should be a little bit different. We haven't done one of these yet, and I know it's a little bit difficult with technical difficulties, but I think we should do a countdown and say it at the same time. You ready?
Sure.
I got you. Okay, but here's the thing. We have to go on go, not one. You know how like some people beef with like 3, 2, 1, go, 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna do 3, 2, 1, go.
We're gonna
when
say
you hear
go
my audio, and we're gonna
then say it.
No, not we say go. I say go. I say 3, 2, 1, go. You're not counting down. I'm counting down.
Okay.
We learned last week that you can't do math, so basic counting is not within your scope of practice. But anyway, I'll do the counting down. We'll say it at the same time, okay?
Sure.
3, 2, 1, go.
Discard.
Set up.
Hold on, I even said the wrong thing. I meant to say destroy.
Oh, I threw you off.
What's your archetype that needs some love?
I'm not picking destroy. I'm actually picking move. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like, and you've said it before, I feel like not a lot of people are playing move, and I feel like move is an extremely fun way to play. And I wish there were more move cards that really were cohesive and had synergy. At least in my opinion, I don't think there's a ton of synergy with a lot of them. And I wish there were more move cards. Now, granted, I haven't unlocked a lot of move cards, and I'm sure there's a ton more. But I feel like there's a lot of synergy with destroy. I don't think destroy needs any more love than it currently has. That's just my opinion, though. And ongoing does not need love. There's plenty of ongoing, and honestly, I have no idea what lockdown is. But discard, I really want to try a discard deck, but I have 0 discard cards, so I'm gonna go with move as being mine.
That's fair. Move's a hard deck to play, and there are some cards you probably don't have yet that have been released relatively recently that I think will help with that. Hydra Stomper being one of them. It's a 3/2 ongoing that gets +1, I think, for each card that moved for you this game, so that's a big one. But overall, I understand. They've definitely tamped move down a bit because it was a little overpowered in the not too distant past. I am going with destroy because I know you're seeing a lot of it down in your meta, but it's just, especially with Stardust now, and destroy is so easily countered by pretty much every tech card in the game. Shang-Chi destroys it, Enchantress destroys Null, Shadow King destroys Venom and Carnage and Deadpool when they get big, Killmonger kills Deadpool. They released Dormammu recently, which is a different way to play destroy, and that's cool. I think we need more of that, a different way to play destroy that adds to its survivability against tech cards, because when tech cards are in the meta, your destroy deck's just getting bodied. So yeah, that's why I think it needs a little love, especially as a deck that people play at lower collection levels a lot, and that is an easy budget deck to build towards. I think that it's really important for it to have a place in the meta, so I hope that they, at all levels, so I hope that they do give it a little extra love.
I do agree. We should add a Chimichanga archetype to the game.
You know what? Merge is an archetype that I think that they should keep pushing. So I agree with you, actually.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going for. But yeah, I actually do really like merge cards. I think they're really fun. Hulkbuster seems like it's a pretty cool card. I haven't ran across a lot of merge cards. Symbiote, I guess I don't know how to say that.
Symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, he's one. And
yeah.
Then you've got stuff like Penny Parker. It's pretty weak. It needs some help. Agony is a cool card for the merge archetype. I actually run kind of a deck that with the Nimrod, like I said, that we're just merging. We're basically creating a giant Optimus Prime Nimrod, destroying it, and then sending it across the board. But that's just me. That's not everybody.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's our audience question. If you have an answer to this question, let us know what archetype you think needs some more love, or just one that you enjoy and want to see get more play. Leave a comment down below. We will answer it, and you might be in next week's podcast. But that is going to do it for this episode, this week of Snap Crackle Pod. Thanks so much for watching the video. I ask this every week, but before we get to your non-Snap advice of the week, so keep that in mind, where can our listeners/viewers find you, Trevor, if they're so inclined?
I'm chronically in Ryan Wood's comments now, or definitely in the podcast comments, but occasionally, and as of recently, rarely in the other video comments as well. But catch me in Ryan Wood's comment section.
It's true. It's true. I'm also there. And you can find my deck guides right here on the channel, usually at least one a week, sometimes more. Got some crazy stuff coming, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see all of those. That's going to do it for this week. Trevor, non-Snap advice of the week. Let the listeners know how to live their life.
So I prepared 0 non-Snap advice of the week ahead of time. I totally forgot about it until you brought it up. So I'm going with chimichangas. Chimichangas are overrated and overexpensive, and everybody gets them for no reason. They're not that great. Expand your horizons. Try things you've never tried before. Try mole. Mole is amazing. I don't know. Try sofritas. Try. Okay. Hold on. We got to talk about burrilla. Like tacos, quesadillas, trash. I actually have not had one good burrilla experience ever yet. I've had it 4 times. 4. I've given it 4 chances, 4 different restaurants for somebody to step up and make it appealing to me, but I just don't get it. I don't get why it was ever hyped. I know the hype has died down. That was probably like last year. But anyways, yeah, my non-Snap advice of the week is get out there and try new things.
I like the advice. I was not expecting you to trash on birria. I think that we live in Pittsburgh, so you're probably not going to get the best birria tacos or whatever that you can here. So that's probably part of it.
I don't think we live in Pittsburgh. I know we live in Pittsburgh.
Oh, well, you kind of live in the outskirts, but yeah, it's fair enough.
Yes, so do you.
I work in Pittsburgh.
I also work in Pittsburgh.
Look at that. Look at that.
Listen to that. Would you just look at it? Do you know that reference? Do you know that one?
No, I don't know that reference.
I'm going to send that video to you later, and you're not going to laugh at all. But I'm going to laugh at the fact that you're not going to laugh at it.
Perfect.
Great episode.
Great episode. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Snap Crackle Pod. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, like the video, all that fun YouTube stuff. Trevor, fly off to space.
Oh.
He's gone.
Episode 4. We're not canceled. HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go. We're doing good. My Duolingo streak's about to run out.
Oh, what are we learning on Duolingo?
Spanish and Swahili.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and chess. You can learn chess on there.
On Duolingo?
Yeah, on Duolingo. Don't sound so surprised.
It's a language app. Why would I not be surprised by being able to learn chess on Duolingo? That's a surprise.
You can learn math on there too, which would be great for you. I don't know how much you actually watch Rick and Morty, but do you have a favorite character?
I'm pretty fond of Jerry. Jerry is a great, horrible character.
Of course you like Jerry.
I don't like him. I like to hate him. But he's a great character. He's a great character.
No, you can't hate Jerry.
Yeah, you can.
No. The characters on the show can hate Jerry. You can't hate Jerry. He's so funny.
Why? Who's your favorite character? I already know the answer.
I don't think you do.
It's Mr. Meeseeks.
Ah! I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
I know it.
Well, he wrote me into it. No, he wrote me into it.
You have a nice little halo around your head. You look like an angel. My secret wife's half asleep.
Why do we call it half asleep?
It's like half empty, half full.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Do you think Human Torch has fiery poops?
Yes. But I don't think
Yeah,
it hurts him because, you know, he's doing fine in his day-to-day, so I'm assuming he's kind of impervious to fire.
Do you think he likes chimichangas? Rate my mustache 1 out of 10.
9.
Dang! I did not expect that high.
Really? Why? It's well maintained. It's got a nice shape. It's got a little downturn. The only reason I didn't give it a 10 is because I figured there'd be some pushback. Like, oh, nothing's a 10. Like a 10 mustache would be Pedro Pascal, you know, something like that. So I figured I'd go a 9.
Not everything's a 10, like Community.
You're right. We better end this podcast. All right. Bye.